My favorite reaction was sort of right at the beginning of the year when the film was going to come out. I did an interview with someone and they said, "Oh my goodness, I loved this film. And my best friend hated it and we had a massive fight."
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Carey, I'm going to tell you just a really quick story. Last time you were here in Chicago, you came to my studio and my dog, Daenerys, just so happened to be there. I took a great picture. She's actually right here. I have a photo of you and my dog in my apartment. And so many people come up and go, "Wait, how does your dog know Carey Mulligan?" And so it's like the best conversation starter every time people see that
Great.
photo. So she's right there. So seriously, congratulations. I love this movie. And if I didn't, I wouldn't say anything because we do a lot of these junkets. I would just sit here awkwardly and start the interview, but I love this movie so much. I'm sort of curious with obviously the film festivals and the awards circuit. I know that you two have sort of been touring this movie for a while now. You've had a chance to hear a lot of different people's reactions. I'm curious as to if you've noticed any difference in how women perceive the film versus how men perceive the film, what they get out of it, what they walk away, how it affects them, what questions they have. Have you noticed any difference at all, or am I just grasping at straws?
Gosh. Well, it's only really recently that we've started sort of getting any, because we showed it in Sundance, which was amazing because we got to be in a room with people and it was so nice to be around people, and we all miss that quite a lot now. But we got to sort of watch it with an audience, and that was so fun, and get to hear like a really vocal reaction. But since then we've just started doing press. But I think my favorite reaction was sort of right at the beginning of the year when the film was going to come out. I did an interview with someone and they said, "Oh my goodness, I loved this film. And my best friend hated it and we had a massive fight." Do you remember that, journalist? And I thought that was so great. I was like, yes, that's the film I want to be in. Go and have a massive fight about it.
I love that. That's always the sign of a good movie.
Well, I think actually, weirdly, it doesn't seem to be gendered. I think, we made a film that I hope was sort of as honest and kind of complicated as these things generally tend to be. And so actually, you find in general that each person reacts to it in a way that maybe isn't that expected. But so I personally haven't noticed that it's gendered particularly, but certainly, yeah, people don't respond always in the way that you anticipate.
Thinking about this movie, sort of obviously in the wake of the Me Too movement, the film obviously just feels incredibly timely right now and feels very relevant. But is this a case where you hope one day that the movie doesn't feel relevant and timely, that these kind of things stop happening, so we don't really have to make movies that address this topic? Do you hope for this movie to, for lack of a better word, like become irrelevant one day?
Well, of course, you would hope that the sort of the cultural, sort of political kind of context of the movie changes, of course. I mean, these are conversations, I think, certainly that women have been having for thousands of years. I think only recently have they sort of become public, but honestly, it's not news to anyone I know, regrettably. And I think, in general, this movie is it was designed to be kind of Western. It is a movie about love. It's a movie about taking vengeance on behalf of somebody you love, and in the same way that I think kind of Westerns are timeless, getting revenge because somebody hurt you is regrettably, I think, as long as we're humans, will be timeless.
Very true. And Carey, as we wrap up, without getting into spoilers, I was wondering if we could just touch on the ending, which is one of the most profoundly shocking and powerful endings I've seen in a long time. I'm sort of curious, I guess for both of you, what sort of discussions have to happen leading up to that? And was there ever any pushback from anyone about going that direction and ending the film that way?
Yeah, I think probably you can talk best to that in terms. I mean, that was very much the way that it was first presented to me, and the way that it was sort of steadfastly approached the rest of the way through.
And I think, well, again, it's very spoilery, and so we try not to even kind of mention anything about where the story ends. Sure. and or goes even. But again, just wanted to make a film that felt honest. And the ending, like the whole movie, I think, is designed to kind of, utilize and subvert what we know about genre movies, but in a way that feels kind of real. And I think that, you know, the way that this movie is, I hope, is kind of as close to, you know, for good and bad. It felt like the only thing, really, the only route.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Take another group picture together. So seriously, so good to see both of you, and I hope you and your families are doing well.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, guys.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.